Okay. All right. So let's just go over to the updates. Updates on Benue State killings. Well, there is a video about the situation report as at yesterday till till this till late night, and I think this morning. So let's just quickly watch the video about the situation report. What's happening right now, and of course that's at yesterday till this moment. Then we'll be right back to the studio to actually react to this situation report. Let's quickly watch that. We'll be right back.
This attack on the peaceful Yelewata community is one attack too many. It is not just an attack on the people of Benue State. It's an attack on the entire nation. And we are not going to accept it. The people of this community are not alone. We are with them. The entire Nigerian communities are with them.
We're here to ensure that we address such. From now, I'll be going to see my commanders, and we have to change our strategy. We're going to look inward and see how we can address it. But like we mentioned, we cannot do it alone without the community, without the state. We need everybody to be part of it. We understand that even before now, we used to have, even within us, people that compromise and give information. Because going around, you see the way some of the burnings were made, they were targeted, and which means they had insiders.
It's unfortunate that this kind of a carnage, this kind of killings, persists. I know we remain very hopeful that this kind of a devastating occurrence would not happen, not only within the local government, but around the state.
Anyway, welcome back. Welcome back. I'm not smiling reaction to that video. I'm smiling because of what Mazi said. Okay, so let me start with you, Mazi. Looking at all of these things, of course, the president has also said that he'll be visiting, and Benue government was on the news this early morning with a sister channel, which we're about to watch because of our time, where they asked if personally does he think this is an organized attack, and he said yes, he believes so. But from all indications, what do you think is the way forward? Though we have the military and the police have been deployed to that place, to bring peace and there, but do you think that is enough for now? Because lives were lost, right? A lot of lives were lost. Like babies were burnt, children were burnt, parents. Somebody said he lost 20 members of his family, and I'm like,
how many is remaining? How many is remaining?
It's that bad. Do you understand? And I feel like should the government or should the president have waited until the international community started wading in and started saying that this should stop? Because when we had the blast from China aircraft, the whole world was, talking about it and, trying to pay, condolences to the people, lives that were lost. When we had other things happening in other countries, like the fights in Israel and this other country, Iran. Now, these things have been going on and people but when it came to Nigeria, which is the Benue state, of course, this thing has been going on for quite a long time. And yet there was no response from the federal government. But right now, Hussein is paying condolence visits. I feel like this is medicine after death. But still, there are still lives there that still need to be protected. So yes, it's nice. But what would you say about all of this?
Yeah, like I said on one of your sister stations, I told him that. Though some people attacked me by saying that, it's a good development, it's a good news that he has decided to go. After all, when the former president was sick, I think there was something like that, about 70 persons were killed, either the plateau or...
It was plateau.
I think they were holding their convention, the president Junko. So but for him to have said he will adjust his schedule to attend to the people, to commiserate with them, to empathize with them, to pray with them, and to tell them enough is enough. And I'm sure he has given much order to the service chiefs, including the Inspector General of Police, including the Chief of Army Staff, which they say that they've now established inter-borders, whatever, control over that. But the issue is the president said he has talked to the governor, he has talked to the community leaders, he has talked to so many. But don't forget that we are having about 3 former Senate presidents there. And the present secretary to the federal government happens to come from there, and he was a former governor. David Mark is there. Aisha Ayo, he was a former Senate president. There were another community leaders. What have they done to make sure the lasting peace has been introduced or accepted? Then, having said that, somebody also said yesterday, maybe we have to evacuate all the Benue people from that locality and establish a state of cow. But I want to say it without fear of contradiction that ranching is key. Let the federal government establish, or ranching is a private business, very lucrative. Those who want to rake out should be able to establish ranching. Look, Lozman and part, and of course my friend, it's not only in Benue. I don't know whether you read about Isoch. Isoch is very close to Kigwe, on the way to Enugu. I don't know whether, and in fact, it's a central place where these herdsmen, the Absa Fulani people, bringing their cows to the south. That's where they terminate them. And they are rioting there. Then you also talk about Akara when you are coming from Omahia and Uzakole. Akara, something is happening there. So it's all over. But particularly we are concerned about the madness, the sad killing, the senseless killing in Benue State. But then, why is it that they are now waking up now? Why is it that the governor, I listened to him last week, I listened to the Anglican bishop last week, he said they were being chased like rats. I remember those days, 60s, late 50s, when we go for hunting expedition, we see small rats. About 5, 6, 10 of us will be chasing one rat. And that was how they were chasing human beings, including the suckling mothers, suckling children, including those backing their children. They were running after them, killing them.
So
is
sad.
that not wickedness?
So sad.
Then you talk about what happened now. 200 persons. Not 200 animals.
No.
200 persons.
Lives.
Slaughtered in that nature. It is very worrisome. So, to me, it's unfortunate that we are still experiencing. It's not today. It started many years ago. But let there be a lasting solution. But the community leaders, what has the Benue State, that particular area, shares this boundary with Makode, Nasarawa, some other, even Taraba. They are all there. So those people, are they invisible? Why is it that the Commissioner of Police is still there? Why is it that the National Security Advisor is still there? Is it because it's not advising the president, advising the Inspector General of Police, or advising the Commissioner of Police what to do? Why is he still in the office? I think his office should be reconsidered. Maybe he's not doing well. Maybe he doesn't have intelligent gathering. So you are asking me, is the way forward? The way forward that we must make sure that this thing is checked and no senseless killing, and not only in Benue.
Yeah.
Taraba is there. Nasarawa is there. Zamfara is there. Sokoto is there. Ebi is there. And all over. All over. So nowhere is safe. I was in one of your studios that I said even in the studio, but it's only by the grace of God. I think the president should talk to. He say he has talked to the community leaders, but I'm happy that it's not kidnappers. I'm happy that they didn't mention Boko Haram. It is internal. Let them sort out what is happening and be able to have a roundtable conference to weigh the way forward so that this senseless killing, I have described it, will stop.
Okay, thank you. I think you should.
Very sad. Blossom, I mean, you're pointing hands. I should go ahead and ask questions.
Yes,
I am so
here.
saddened right now. Okay, because we just had a young boy that said 20 of his family members were killed between the day before yesterday and yes. And then our president has just agreed that he was going to be visiting them by tomorrow. Chris, Mazi had said something. They should look for a lasting solution. I am asking, what exactly is the problem before we're looking for a lasting solution? And what do you think the lasting solution will be? Because he mentioned ranching, and you know, Buhari brought in this and nobody took it seriously up until now. Do you think the ranching thing will be the lasting solution, or there's any other way this problem could be solved?
Okay, for a start, I strongly empathize with the people of Benue State and then every other state where they're having this carnage, you know, horrible and mindless events. I mean, for that young man, 20 of the family members just killed. That's an entire generation terminated. And I mean, it's carnage, burning bees and all of that. It's an eyesore. It's painful that we have human beings that have turned themselves, pardon me, to beasts, that the lives of people mean nothing to them, and they just carry out such a soulless activity. It's really, really horrible. Okay, I was listening to the governor of Benue State, and then yeah, we see this escalated killing, and then sometimes it could be so overwhelming, and it could be so emotionally demanding that we also think the state or the military are doing nothing, and that's not entirely true.
Okay.
Because as much as we're going to talk about the problems and then how to go about, we also need to commend the little effort of the security officers. Like the governor said, he said that we're having serious challenges in about 17 local governments in Benue State, and now it has drained to 9 local governments. And for me, that is a huge leap of success. Okay, it's not hurrah yet, but at least we must commend that little effort of that's not actually little effort. 17 to 9 is quite a big deal. We must commend that and must appreciate what they are doing. Okay, fine. Going deep into this, we must understand that this is historic. It has been happening for decades in Benue. So it must be there are certain vile interests fueling it. Because it's not something that's just happening right now. It's been for decades. So why are they not having solution? We know about the problem with the TV, Doma, and all of that, internal rankling and all of that. We know there's that present heavy problem they have within themselves. Because sometimes in a local street, they call it counting scores. Either you hit this community, they will find their own time to assemble to hit back and all of that. We can't take that away.
Okay.
We know there's a very strong rivalry, tribal rivalry in Benue State. However, this is historic. So there must be that political will to find sustainable solution to it. That's one. Then the in-house sabotage. It's painful. We have seen over and over again. We just don't give it enough media coverage. We've seen community leaders being arrested, being involved, being complicit in this mad killing, these rage killings. Community leaders. And then sadly too, we have seen citizens that carries bullets for terrorists, for bandits. Because these are people that the police will ordinarily want to overlook. You won't even search them. Women selling bread. And in all of those things, they are hiding bullets and all of the accessories to crime. So they somehow, these people perpetrating this evil, they are intelligent people. So they know how to, they can even come in free. You will search, you will see nothing on them. But whatever they're going to use already in between your community. They already compromise community people because of what money. People sell out for money, not mind that others will be killed because they're giving them money. So we have that in there. We have people, you know, sitting in sabotage security effort. And then what will police do? If police try to be hard on scrutiny, you abuse the police or being too hard on people. But the truth is, these same people that look innocent are part of the accessory to the crime. So how do we now detect? It's not written on the face. So it's a very, very horrible situation. Very tight for the security officers. So we have that on ground. And then, okay, I think the height of the hellishness is security sabotage. When the security officers themselves are part of the killing. No, it got to a point in Benue, the Benue were chasing the military guys away. Because you are part of them. Why? Because they are compromised. They are compromised. We see that play out. So you don't even know, as a military guy, you are going up there, you don't know the people around, you don't know what they are doing, you don't know which side they are, who they are working for. And if you're not careful, they will kill you on the battleground themselves. So it's very difficult. So they compromise the corruption. So the people behind it, these are big top guns. So they've compromised the system, they've compromised those to fight, they've weakened the security architecture. So there must be a radical approach to fighting this.
What's the approach?
And then in executing the radical approach, unfortunately, some innocent people also be victimized. But we have to make a choice here. Because on the surface, it's extremely difficult to fight because the system is completely compromised. The system is compromised. Not just that. Okay, now you even see that there's also the lack of up-there security operations. You vote in more into security. Some of guys at the top will embezzle. So police security system is not working. They're updating operations. There is no a zone, what's it called, drone. Okay, monitoring, area zoning and all of that. Monitoring the system. You can from your own room, like you can actually monitor the entire state from the room. If you apply modern technology, security technology, with drones and all of that. But are we investing in that direction? No. Are we training personnel to be able to operate that? No. Why are we not doing this? If it comes down to funding, why can't we raise funds for it? But when you raise funds for it, some people will embezzle it, and nothing will happen. That's the problem we have here. So we don't have updated security operations. Just another solution would be a state policing, because in the West you have layers of security agencies, layers. Just recently, one former security police officer killed an American legislator with a husband. In a matter of hours, they hunted him down and they got him. Why? Because of security machinery on ground, layer of security services. So if we call the state policing, we know that has a very high risk of our governors turning them to hooligans. But at the same time, we must find a way, because state policing will go a long way in the. Then lastly, let me say this, and of course, we also have the issue of personnel strength. What is the ratio of policing to Nigerians? How many police officers per person? So we have over 400 Nigerians to one police. That is way in the deficit. All right, way in the deficit. Lastly, you see, we come back to this ranching thing because we have so politicized it to our own detriment. Very simple. Susan was the former governor of Benue.
Yes.
So in the Jonathan era, Jonathan said, okay, this thing is becoming too much. What is the solution? He made Susan the chairman of a solution finding for this sort of stuff. And they discovered that Nigeria, Benue, is at fault. Way back in the 50s and 60s, there was a gazetted, I'll round up now. There was a gazetted arrangement that gave a ranching route to these herdsmen. Development ate it up. So that's okay, fine. Let every state provide ranching. Government funded it, 10 billion per state. No state complied. They all collected the money. Nobody did anything. When Body came on board, they discovered that was a problem. Nobody, they didn't bother to investigate it. They said, okay, fine, let's do it again. But instead of doing it, we politicize it. We politicize it. Why can't there be state funding for ranching? Is state not funding agriculture? Is state not funding transportation? Is state not funding stadiums that people are taking their personal business to? So why are people saying that the state cannot fund ranching? Let them pay back in some way. State can fund ranching because state is funding agriculture. State is funding education. State is funding market that people are going there to use personal for their personal business. So state can as well fund ranching. And when you fund ranching, then that way you cannot terminate grazing. And then, by the way, ranching is a huge business. It's a multi-billion-dollar business.
Yes.
Mexico is living on it. Brazil is living on it. Texas is living. Texas economy is bigger than Nigeria, Africa, and they are doing well on ranching. So we should think beyond politics and then find solutions to this thing. Ranching is the way to go.
All right. Thank you very, very much. We can't say anything anymore so they don't yank us off. Anyways, I totally agree with your solution and, of course, Mazi's solution, a beautiful solution, and that's what I think the president should be putting on board. And even the governor should actually maybe pitch it to the president. Maybe is let me skip that part. But you can pitch it to the president, so the president can moving forward for the betterment of everyone, every Nigerian, everyone in Benue, so they can be safe.